Women doing it on a Saturday.
Yes,
Yeah.
doing it. What's going on, my glamorous girl?
Woo,
Wow.
woo.
We
all
are
woke up like,
in.
we woke up like this,
Yeah.
right? Uh-huh. Yeah.
Glamorous,
Yes, we
always,
did. Thank you.
every day, all day. We're glamorous.
Yeah. Yes.
Another beautiful day.
To get
Another
into
beautiful day.
Let's get into some things. There's a lot going on. Woo, there's a lot going on.
Woo.
It's so much going on, Peggy. I promise you, girl. We'll be here till tomorrow talking about everything that's really going on, right?
Well, do I know?
But in the meantime, between time, I'm Wyoming.
I'm Peg.
I'm Linda.
I'm Charlene.
I'm Sharon.
And we are five.
Five.
But for a reason.
We have 4 plus 1 today.
4 plus 1 equals 5. So
But
that's
we still are four
sisters live. Yes.
What'd you say, Charlene?
I said, but we're still four sisters live.
Four sisters live. Absolutely. We got Sharon. She is such a sweetheart. She's always in and helping us out, and we love it. We love it. Because we have a special day. We have a special day. Sharon is in to help us celebrate what we're going to be doing later on today. We are still in the mode of making things happen because come on in.
Come on
Hey,
in, Marion.
Hi, Marion.
Hey.
Hi, sweetie. Hi, honey. Thank you. I appreciate that. And it's a lot that we're going to be celebrating. Sharon is here to help us to do what we're going to do to have this special show, this special month. June is a special month, ladies. There's so much happening in June. Can y'all believe we're at half of the year already?
I don't know.
I mean, we're half of the year already.
Too fast.
I'm just shocked. I'm trying to figure out where did the time go? Like,
where is the time?
It's not waiting on anyone. So
no,
we're just
that's
sitting
the
here.
truth.
If you're doing this, right? If you're doing this, twiddling your thumbs, you're lost.
You're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss
you lose.
You better get a plan because I'm telling you, like.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. June is such a special month because June is bloom. When I say June is bloom, because the summer month is here. The hot weather is a hot summer in the summertime.
Oh my gosh, girl, sing it.
Summertime.
hot fun in the summer.
Yes, baby. So that's happening. A lot of things going on. I mean, it's a lot of people doing great things, although we know this is the voting season. But Peggy, there are a lot of women that are doing some great things during this season.
Unbelievable.
Peggy, Sharon, Charlene.
Yes.
Lynn.
It's some women doing the doggone thing.
We doing the darn thing. You're right. You're right.
They're doing it.
What?
We take credit.
I'm taking over. Not only do we take credit, we're taking over.
We're taking over. I'm gonna shout out somebody. Y'all can keep it going. I'm gonna shout out the woman who has now in this almost Senate seat in the PG Maryland area in the community of that. Our girl, our lady, this woman is Angela also Brooks.
Yes,
indeed.
Yay!
Yes.
Come on, woman. Come on, woman.
Great job. Standing ovation.
You did it. I'm gonna name somebody else. Let's go down. Let's go into your hometown, Peggy, in Baltimore. Mosby. What's her name?
Marilyn
Mosby.
Former prosecutor. Let me tell you, they try to knock us down.
They tried.
Yeah, they try to put her under.
They tried it.
Yep.
But that ain't gonna work.
They're not keep us down long, that's for sure.
I'm gonna name somebody else. Let's keep it moving. AG, look. Attorney General Tisha James in New York, baby.
Okay, talk about it.
Yeah.
The women, come on, let's clap it up. I think we have some claps going on. Can I hear some claps?
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
we got some women doing the doggone thing, Peggy, and we have women right here at Sister for Sisters Network.
Ooh, I can't even begin to tell you, honey.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And this is why this organization is so important.
Yes.
Because we could salute women doing what they need to do. And it's just awesome. It's really, really awesome.
It is.
And the first woman, I can't remember her name, but she's the first Black woman to fly an airplane up. She's done so many
Yeah, I just saw that most recently.
Yes.
I can't think of her name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
That was
Who's our fact checker? Charlene?
Yeah, I'm gonna check her. The first black woman to fly a plane.
she
No.
was United. She just retired.
That's retired. Yes.
She just
Yeah.
retired. And
Was she in the
But she was
military?
a pilot, wasn't she? In the Air
Yeah,
Force?
pilot for one. I
yes,
think it's United Airlines.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
okay. All
Yes.
right.
Even more impressive.
That is, yes.
That's very impressive. And I want to give a shout out to Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett.
Woohoo! Yes.
Woo.
Well,
yeah,
okay, can we're gonna come back to her. I'm gonna give you the lady's name, but
Okay.
Jasmine is a whole show. Okay, so
That's
let me just go and shout out this. Jasmine is a whole show, but I believe this first woman that we're talking about that it was with United Airlines. Her name is Captain. Let's get this right. Pilot Captain Teresa Claiborne is the first African American female pilot for the U.S. Air Force, and so yeah, there we have it right there.
Yay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And look, can I say this? She's giving back because she's going to start the first. She created a partnership with Elizabeth City State University and the United Airlines Aviation Program at ECSU, the Mickey Barnum Fine Arts Center. So, guys, we're proud of her. She's not only was the first, but she's also giving back as a contribution. So
That is
awesome.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
awesome. This is really awesome. I'm so happy. And we got, hey, look, we got, speaking of first, we got one of the first ladies that's joining us today, Sylvia Trayvon
Morrison.
Oh, yeah.
girl.
Yes.
Comedian.
Comedy. Yay.
Can
Yes.
we shout her out right now?
Entertainer of the year, always, for 50 years.
Over 50
Yes.
years.
Plus.
Well, you know what's
50 years
important to her
plus.
right now? I just witnessed her celebrate her father, and it took years, decades, for them to salute her father properly.
Yes.
37 years.
This week it
Yes.
happened, and I was on that live video crying with her. I wish I was right there with her to hug her. But guys, that is significant how they treat us as African Americans and not we fought in wars, and you don't properly, burialize us and give us our flags. Like,
Right.
Oh my God, decades she had to wait for this honor. And
really, she had to work for it. She had
to
work
work for it.
That's not fair.
Wow.
That's not fair. No. Oh my God. But happy Father's Day, to her beloved, rest in peace. He's gone on, but we're so happy for her.
Yes. Absolutely. So girls, I want to check in. Let's do some checking. What's going on in your world, girls? What's up, Peg? What's up going on in your world, girl?
Got up this morning.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Come on. Hallelujah.
Got up
In your right mind.
Right frame of mind.
Oh my goodness.
Amen.
Amen.
Hello. What's going on in your world, girl, Lynn?
Oh, well, I'm doing a little fun in the sun kind of thing over at AC. Went to see Patti LaBelle last night. Oh, my God.
Tell us. Oh, wow.
Somebody loves me, baby. What is
And haven't missed a beat. Check this out. Oh,
Gorgeous.
gorgeous.
80 years young?
80 years young.
Oh.
Yes. And she's on her way to DC now, Virginia, because she's doing a show with Gladys Knight. Both of them are 80.
I love it.
Oh, two divas on stage. I love it.
Yes, I'm gonna get a little sun, improve my tan this week.
You look good, girl. You look good.
Looking good, queen.
Feeling good.
Feeling good like you should, girl.
No, you got the hair up like Gladys Knight. You got to watch it, girl. Mike, take you in.
People have stopped me over the years and thought I was Gladys Knight. Oh, what? I didn't know I
had that frame.
Yeah, you have the structure in the hair.
Okay, I had no idea. So I should come there so maybe I can get a little something.
Right.
Some doors might open for me.
What's going on in your world, girl, Charlene?
Oh, everything. I'm so sorry this morning, but we'll talk about it later. But we do have a hot pick, Peggy. Check your text message. I just told Dante. I totally forgot, guys. We got a lot going on, but we'll talk about it a little later. We got something hot for the women. Come out, and play with us a little bit in July. So I have something for the families.
Oh, good.
In July. I got something for the families in June. I got something for the men in June. And I'm so excited. I didn't get any hot picks. I'm like, I'm still stuck on the fact that Babyface is in town.
Oh, and I
wish I had known this was wow. I don't understand that.
I'm stuck on stupid beside myself, okay? Just stupid.
It's so silly.
Right past me. I gave up my whole home for someone else to take my home to go see these people. I'm like, can I sleep on the couch, my own couch? Get back in my house. Like, what in the world? The ridiculousness of this. Anyway, but that's what's going on in my world. It's a phallus. My son is. I'm now in the 12th grade. We got some serious decisions to make.
My
future.
I've seen those wonderful pictures of him on whatever I'm looking at on social media.
Everything. It was the Botillion.
That blue suit. Oh my goodness.
Wow, I know you are.
Sharp. I can't believe he has grown up so. It's like, oh my goodness. He's a young
handsome.
Yes.
He really is.
He is very
You're doing a fine job, Mama. You're doing a fine job.
Well, I couldn't do it without you all. I watch you raise your sons and daughters, and it's blessing me. And I feel honored. He has 2 more classes to take. He really can graduate right now. And I don't know what to do, guys. So I'll be looking for mommies to give me some suggestions. But I kind of want to see him boss. He only needs 2 classes. And I'm like, can we get this over with? But then I'm like, I want all this other glam, but I also want him to be whatever God wants him to be and do what he wants him to do, sadly, but God is pushing me towards that, right now. He's like, okay, you better come on, because this is my child. So I gave him back to God. God can do whatever.
Empty nester soon. Yeah.
Yes, and that's a whole different ball game. Trust me.
Sure.
Yes.
What's going on in your world, girl, Sharon?
I'm trying so hard to relax. It's just like June is coming. It's come so fast, which means, like you said, we're halfway there, and I have still so much more to do. But I look forward to the summer. I have some travel coming up, to Georgia, to the Carolinas, etc. Hilton Head, all these places I have not been to before. So I'm looking forward to that. And I just want to relax this summer. I actually want to enjoy myself.
Yeah. I think she was bragging on those trips. Y'all hear this?
I heard her. I have to do all of this traveling.
You notice she didn't invite none of us, right?
I haven't heard it yet.
You can ride. You can ride. I need an extra driver. Yeah, come on.
I may take you up on that, but yeah.
But have fun, girl. This is what it's about. We're getting as we age in our years, we get better.
We deserve it.
Seasoned. Yeah. And this is where we are in our season to be seasoned. And I myself, as you say, what's going on in my world, girl?
Yes.
I'm just happy that I'm done with that production. First, let me start there.
First of all, you done with that production?
I'm done. I'm done.
Never get to see you,
girl. That is real work.
That's real work.
Yes.
And it's lovely work, and it's awesome. Don't get me wrong, because we're doing it for the community.
Yes.
That's right.
And when you're doing work for the community, you just have to just grind.
Yes.
It's a lot of
it was
grinding.
a wonderful production. I enjoyed it. It was
Thank
awesome.
you.
It was
really
awesome.
nice. Yes, it did come together, and I'm glad. And when it comes, it goes. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing when it comes. It's a wonderful thing.
We need to laugh. We need to laugh more.
And it's laughter, and that's what I was telling people: come out and laugh. And
those endorphins have to come out. That's health and wellness, y'all. We gotta laugh
and be entertained.
Be entertained.
That's done. I'm moving forward to some other things. I'm looking forward to what God has for the rest of this summer. There are wonderful things that are on the horizon, and I can't wait to share them with you guys at some point. But I'm still, God is wonderful, because I'm telling you, when one door closes, another one opens up.
Look at God.
So true.
I always believe that when one door closes, another one will open. Trust and believe. Not lose and go. Don't lose heart. Don't go. No, don't faint not. Faint not. Faint not.
Come on now.
Okay. Better. These will be better, ladies and gentlemen. So
yes.
So that's what's going on. As we know, this is Black Music, Black History of the Music Month. Black Music.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate that. I mean, we've got a lot of wonderful artists in our history
Yes.
that have come our way through the years, and this is why we're celebrating the month of June. Is
Black Music Month.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we're celebrating that. Dante, you got something for us for Black Music?
Look who's you got a whole bunch. I see Mama watching too.
Mama watching.
Mama watching. I see Janice Leaks, the Rainmaker, is watching.
Yeah.
Hey.
Woo, we got
Marianne.
I just want to
two divas.
Patty. Gladys. Birthday was yesterday. Chris's birthday was yesterday.
Oh my goodness, the love of my life.
And Purple Rain. Yeah.
Yes.
So we salute them in the Black, for Black Music Month.
Yes.
All month in the month of June. And so we're just happy that and they're still here and they look wonderful.
Oh.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Beauty,
The
beauty.
ladies
So,
are still here. We see you, Prince. He's in our music heaven right now. Yeah.
happy Black Music
Happy
Month.
Black Music Month.
Yes.
Yay, I like
Peggy.
that, Dante. I like that. Yeah.
Speaking of happy, we got some happy birthdays here. What kind of birthdays? We got some birthdays
Peggy?
to celebrate.
Now you know I'm about birthdays, right?
Yes.
Let me do a shout out to first. I want to shout out my adopted grandson, I guess you would say, Chase. Is Renee's son. Celebrated his birthday yesterday.
Yay.
Happy birthday, Chase.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Chase turned 23. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
The young man.
And let me shout out Wanda Washington, Kachelle Harvey, Alicia Anderson, Lloyd Dorsey, Dr. Lloyd Dorsey, Diamond Petty, and my main girl, Joyce.
All
They're
right.
celebrating through the month of June.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, wait
Yes,
a minute.
yes.
You can't forget
I'm going
my
to shout out
son.
my sister, Tippy Lee.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, the pie lady.
The
Yeah,
pie
she's
lady.
a Gemini. This is the Gemini season, you all. So
All
she's
right.
a Gemini. Happy
I'm
birthday,
going to
Tippy.
shout out my girl, Diane Whitfield. Whoop, whoop. My Gemini friend
I'm
forever.
going to shout out my son. He's June the 13th. So,
All
happy
right.
birthday, Wow.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this is wonderful. Live long, live strong. Happy birthday, everyone. Happy
birthday.
Yes,
birthday.
indeed.
So we got some other things going on, ladies, because we got an exciting guest. Is he ready backstage? You think?
Yes, we got
He's
the
ready.
guests in the house.
He's
Yes,
ready? Oh my gosh. Look, let's make way. Let's make way. Let's make
Man of the hour. Yay.
Yeah, so I think, do we got anything else? We good?
We good?
Yeah, we good. I mean,
I
if we're
think we're
not,
good.
we're going to be because we got the man with the plan, the master plan.
We do have a hot pick. I just want to make a mention of that hot pick because I want to, because it is for Sisters Network, it's for PNC, and it's for the women. We're having something called a women's tea. So we want you out there. So we want you to come out and play in July, right?
Okay.
It'll be a fundraiser, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be colorful. So look forward to it. We'll be selling those tickets. But again,
Isn't that pretty?
yes, that is very beautiful. Thank you. But we're going to do a tea. So everybody get dressed up in their colors. There'll be women captains. So, but that's for the Sisters Network. We're going to have fun. We have a courtyard ready. We have the clubhouse ready, and it's going to be fabulous. So that's going to be in July. So stay tuned, women. That's right. The color me tea. Thank you.
Awesome.
And also,
Beautiful
just want to make
shower.
an announcement. I just thought about it. Health and wellness on the 23rd.
Yes.
I was trying to trigger you, Linda.
Right, June. Trigger. Hey, pull the trigger. We have we have June the 15th. Don't forget, we have
A
health
celebration.
fair. The health fair.
That's
that
nice.
we're
Yeah.
having. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't have my notes. I'm on vacation. But anyway, but we know we have a health fair. Stay tuned. Call anybody that you know that's in Sisters Network to the location where our very own Florence Champagne is very much a part of this. We have Dr. Peters. He's
Pharmacist,
also the sponsor and founder of this wonderful health fair, and that's on the 15th. And on the 23rd, the Sister for Sister Network, our the health and wellness, we are in charge of that big meeting. We want you to come. We're going to talk about health and wellness, and we're going to have all kinds of smoothies and healthy things that we're going to be teaching each other. So,
Yeah.
ladies,
Nice.
the network, look at your calendar. You know exactly where it is. Peggy, what's the name of that location that we're having it?
I do have the address. It's 1441 McCormick Drive in Largo, Maryland.
Largo, Maryland. Yes. So we want you to
You
come.
are public is welcome. The public is welcome because we are enrolling you. So membership of Sisters for Sisters
Yes.
Network. Come out and see what we're doing in the health part of our part. So that is with Dr. Linda.
Yeah.
That was
And let me
that.
put my number out there for any further information, because since
Yeah.
I don't have 202-256-0176 for additional information.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Excellent.
Wonderful. Good
Awesome.
job,
Peggy,
guys.
there's a lot happening. We said in June, then we got July coming up, and something special is going on. Let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. We're living in some crucial times. It's very, very, very important that our community, if never before, come together and recognize the times that we're living in. What we need to do is gather ourselves and put together our ideas of what we need to do to start making things happen. We've been
Yes.
doing a lot of talking, but it's time for us to pull our community together, Peggy, more now than ever.
More than ever.
Now
Yes.
more than ever.
Yes.
And the time that we're living in crucial times, we're living in dangerous times, and we're living in some times that we must understand where we are, what our future is going to look like. And if we don't come together, Charlene,
And know who your leaders are
know who your leaders
in
are,
your community.
and know who in your community.
It's
But
most
we must
important.
vote, people. We have to vote.
I voted. I don't have my button, but I voted.
Vote. And that's what I would say, vote.
Yes.
Vote,
Please
because
vote.
It's important. Absolutely.
Look up those folks too, because that's the other thing. You know, you don't hear from a lot of your community people until time for election. So you need to go to your community meetings, because you need to know. I know I personally need to know here in DC, because they're new people. And
Right.
there are some people that've been in forever, and it's time to go.
Yeah.
You know, we need some fresh blood. You know, it's nothing wrong with. We want you to be there as a shadow person, a person helping that next young person to know our background and where we're going, because they are the future, the transition.
Exactly.
Amen.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's take a moment. I think we're ready for the guest of the day.
Yes.
Are we ready?
We are so, I'm so ready. I'm so hyped about him. We have so many questions, and I think it's going to be a wonderful segment. And
Yes.
you want to introduce him, or you want me to say something? Lloyd, what you want?
We all can say something about
Okay,
this.
let's go,
gentleman,
let's
but,
go.
Let's just bring them in. That's it.
We know that success runs in our race. We know that. That was my first introduction. Yes.
That runs in my DNA.
All I know, he's the man, master
He's
plan.
the man.
Dr. Fraser, he doesn't need a formal introduction, is what they were probably saying. He doesn't even need a formal introduction.
Yes, he does. Somebody
Introduction, but
introduce
he
this man.
does.
He's the main man, honey. He's all of us.
Success
belongs to
has
all
been
of us.
running in our race forever.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, yes.
Welcome, Dr.
Dr.
Fraser.
Fraser.
Welcome.
Well,
So good to see you.
you know what? I think it's proper to set this moment up, because he is here and he is so honorable. And if you don't know him, he is the Dr. Fraser of the formal PNC, which is the Power Networking Conference, now known as the Power, Networking Expo. So I want to explain, I want him to explain it, but I do want to just set the expectation for today's conversation and more, because he's going to help us with that. I want to think of this as like succession planning, and we know that it's like really crucial for ensuring the continuity of and sustainability of organizations. But in order to do that, the person that is involved, normally identifies the person who holds their values, right? Who holds the roles that can also maintain the progress as the original leader might have wanted it to be. This high figure influencer, which is known as Dr. Fraser himself, this is happening right now. Okay, we're going to have an event that's going to happen in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I want him to share it with us concerning what this all means. He's also going to have a museum in Atlanta, Georgia area, but we, the people, will be helping to raise money to make sure that it comes to pass before he actually go on. You know, he ain't going nowhere anytime soon, but we're going to make sure that happens. Sisters Network and an organization. If we have anything to do with it, that museum will happen, and it is happening. No, it ain't happening. It is happening, right? It is happening. So again, I want to introduce to you no other than the Dr. George C. Fraser to tell us about this amazing event that's going to take place in Charlotte. Welcome, Dr. Fraser.
Good to be with you. I think I want to do this every Saturday, being around this kind of feminine energy and positivity. My God, I mean, I probably need to put a cap on because my head is about to blow up. It's just wonderful to see all of you. Got 3 doctors in the house, Dr. Wyoming, Dr. Linda, Dr. Balark, and Charlene. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. And of course, my ride and die. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If I was 5 inches tall, I had an extra $5 million, and I was married for 51 years to the beautiful Nora Jean Fraser, I would propose to Peggy. We have to keep that a secret. That's just between us.
George, yeah, between you and us.
Let me put it another way. She's been a long-time friend with no benefit. Other than her mind.
George, you're too much.
Thank you. Wow. The value that you bring to the culture with your Saturday meetings, and some of it is small talk, some of it is big talk, some of it is deep talk, but it is the eclecticness of that talk. It is the energy, that feminine energy that you bring to, a Zoom program is needed. We need this every weekend, right? We actually need it every day.
Every day.
So I applaud you. I really do. This is. How many years have you been doing this?
Oh my God.
5 years.
About 10 years prior and 5 years with these 4 ladies here.
Wow.
We've been doing it. And
yeah.
George, not only that, we do this every Saturday, 12 to 1. Every Saturday.
Yeah, I know. So you're talking about, you've done it over 500 times, 500 hours.
Very much so.
Yes.
To the culture. And you fulfill what I often talk about, that any great speaker must fulfill when he or she speaks. You do it organically. The first thing you have to do is to provoke. We have to make our people think. The second is to instruct. We have to give them marching orders with love. And the third thing is to inspire. You do those 3 things. You do it organically. You do it without even knowing that that's the appropriate system. Or maybe you do know it. You do all 3 of those things, and that's why I love being around you. We are of like mind. Now, you notice I said something. So this is an instruction. Because I was also doing this for many, many, many years. I always referred to our people as the community, and we are without question a community. But there's a new term that I'm using that is deeper than community. It's important, and you'll understand it. So instead of saying community, I'm now saying culture, the culture, right? Because community connotes something perhaps a little bit smaller, just on how your mind thinks. But the culture is throughout the African diaspora. It's all people of color, Black folk. That's the culture. And in fact, when I listen to your program as either a guest or just watching you, You have a culture. Just as the Power Networking Conference, you've come enough time. There is a culture. If you're not into our culture of loving, giving, serving, adding value, because that's the culture, right? When we talk about culture, it is the fulfillment of the purpose of life. What is the purpose of life? Loving, giving, serving, adding the highest value every minute of every day to somebody or something. That's culture. That's what you bring. Now, you can say you bring that culture to the community, but the culture is more meta than it is micro. So, and I just love, I love that you bring the feminine energy, you bring it to the culture, you're straight, no chaser, and you speak truth to power, and you're about transformation. That's really what you've always been about transfer. You do it in your own elegant and beautiful way, but you're about transformation. And I think the greatest gift that we have to give is that of your own self transformation, right? That's the gift that we have to give to the world, right? Now, someone mentioned this earlier in the talk, and I want to give you a statistic to back it up. There are 8 billion people in the world. 16% of those are white people. 84% are melanated people, dominated by people of African descent, and 1.5 billion throughout the diaspora, and in Asians, right? And they're a little bit larger, right? So what's the point, Dr. Fraser? The point is that we are not outnumbered. We're out organized. Therein lies our
Wow.
right? So what we are seeing displayed on the screen every Saturday is not only a cultural sort of tribe, but also this is an organization. Sisters for Sisters is an organization that has sustained sisters and our brothers, right? Because we can't get there without you, for years, going on a decade. So it's a beautiful thing. And just keep doing it, because you in your own beautiful way, you inspire all of us, to transform, to change. That's really what we're talking about. We all have to change. And you've heard me say this a million times. You will never change that which you tolerate. You will only change when you get angry. People will not change when they see the light. People will change when they feel the heat. Okay. So you'll change your shoes when your feet hurt. Right. So you put the heat on, but you do it in such an elegant and sweet way,
Amen.
right?
Ouch, ouch.
It registers in the subconscious. And that's where it needs to register, because that means that we're thinking about it, we're dreaming about it, and all of that infects, affects, and effects how we comport ourselves, how we love on each other, how we give to each other, how we teach each other, and essentially, that's the culture of the Power Networking experience. Now, yes, we've done a slight revision on the name of the Power Networking Conference, which is what we've had for 22 years, and now it's the Power Networking Experience. So what's the distinction, Dr. Fraser? A conference, more or less, you are a subject. An experience, you are a participant.
Yeah.
Right. So let's say you go to the Invest Fest, right? 10,000 people at Invest Fest. You sit there in a large arena and you listen to talk after talk. So you're really a spectator. You're expecting. So an experience is when you are actively participating, when there is engagement, when there's questions, when you're meeting people, when you're hugging people, right? You're loving on people. I mean, I think we're the only conference, Peggy, that at the end of the conference, you've seen this, right? But all the faculty line up, everybody that's still there line up, and everybody gets a hug, and everybody gets a photo, and that's culture.
Yeah.
That's culture.
Yeah.
Because I think Black people miss each other.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yes.
Right? And in a good and righteous environment, you've got that kind of loving culture, that it just adds value. And
Yeah.
that's why, I mean, this is our 23rd conference now. You cannot put on 23 years of conferences for Black people if you're not adding value to their life, if you're not loving, giving, serving, and adding value. The Negroes will put you out of business in a New York minute. They're not getting what they need, right?
That is the truth.
That is so true. Yes.
Annually, 40 to 50% of our participants, right, are return folks. People come back year because they see it as we see it. They want what we want. They share a common vision. They want to feel touched. They want to engage. They want to learn. They want to. It's my mantra is for FraserNet: connect, grow, and prosper. We must connect. When we connect, it enables us to grow, and as we grow, we prosper. But the ultimate goal of all things FraserNet, and this is the big one, and that is that we learn, earn, and return.
In return.
A lot of us learning, and we have a lot of us earning, but not enough of us returning. So your Saturday soiree is a return, right?
Yeah.
This time is valuable. All of you are high paid, highly in demand sisters, right? You do this, ain't nobody getting paid. You do it out of love, and you're returning back to the community to give the knowledge and the gifts and the inspiration and all the things that feminine energy does to make us who we really are. So that's my little rant to start with, but it's an honor. It's an honor always when I have the opportunity to be among this kind of energy, and this kind of brain power, and this kind of love and giftedness that you just so freely give back.
And George, I can say the same for you. You are so genuine in your serving and giving that we learn from you. We learn from the best.
Yeah.
We learn from the best.
Well, you said a mouthful. You said a mouthful. I mean, really, right? That's Peggy is a specialist in saying a lot with a little. Right? I just love that about it. I want to begin this talk with a quote, and you've heard me read this statement before. I read it because I don't want to miss a word. It was something that changed my life in 1962. And I was running the streets of Harlem, 125th Street and Lenox Avenue. I was 17 years old. And I saw a young brother standing on a soapbox like Malcolm used to do when he first got started, but it wasn't Malcolm, giving a talk. His name was Stokely Carmichael. Changed his name to Kwame Ture, married to Miriam Makeba, South African source. Right, and the rest is history. But he said something so powerful. Now remember, I'm 17 years old, right? I'm highly influenced, right? And so people started gathering around him. So I gathered, and probably 50 people or so. And here's what he said. And you are the essence of this magnificent statement that Stokely made in 1962. He said, no Black person in this country makes any advancement based solely on his or her talent or worth. All individual advancement is based on mass struggle, that we make no progress in this world without shedding our blood. Therefore, your advancement and success does not belong to you. It belongs to the people. And if you do not use your success or advancement for the benefit of your people, it is a betrayal of the people that shed their blood for you. That's a mic drop, Stokely. We're still quoting you.
Yes.
60 years later.
Yes.
So that's whenever I watch you and I hear you, and you're having fun at the same time that you're sharing. It inspires me. So as you may learn from me, I certainly learn from you as well. And so I want to thank you for that. And really, it's just a way of me saying, maybe it's a little long-winded, stay the course.
Yes.
Stay the course. You've charted a good and righteous course. Stay that course. And all that is due.
Thank you.
Well, I want to personally thank you, Dr. Fraser, on behalf of Peggy and Sharon, because without you and them, I wouldn't be here.
Yes.
And
We wouldn't be doing what we're doing at
Exactly.
all.
that
And
was
as
the
it's been
beginning.
said by our sister friend, Kathy Hughes, knowledge is power. And you
Mm-hmm.
have given us so much,
Yes.
so much. We take you with us every time we open this mic.
We
Yes.
do.
That's
We really do.
good. I
Because
appreciate
we are a reflection
Yes.
of what you have taught us, what you've given us, what you departed into us.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't get this every day, but so many people in this world don't take advantage
Right.
Yes.
of the teachings
Right.
that what is given. This is why we are in a position as a people, as you say, the culture, we got to do better.
Yeah.
We must do better. And through your PNC, everybody this year, if they've never been, need to come chime in some kind of way and get there, because I think this year is going to be very powerful. Than next year.
We got a heck of a lineup.
I saw that lineup.
The exclamation mark is on Congressman Hakeem Jeffries.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
He's coming from DC, and he's going to be just a bad brother. Now you got to understand that when we win back, you got to think positive. When we win back the White House and the House, the House only has one vote margin, right?
Yes.
And the Republicans got stinking thinking, and I think we're going to at least win back the House. I'm pretty confident.
Amen.
When we win back the House,
amen.
he becomes Speaker of the House.
Yes.
The most powerful black man in America.
Amen.
Yes.
That's a huge thing.
That's huge.
That's a huge thing. So we're very, very happy to have him. We've got Master P with us this year. We've got Rohan Marley. Now, a lot of people don't know who Rohan Marley is, but he's the son of
Dante. Can you bring the flyer up, please? Please, Dante, bring the flyer
there's
up.
The flyer, but if you have it,
right
you have
here,
a video of it. Rohan. There you go. There you go.
Give us the
Rohan
side view, Dante.
Marley,
Side view, please.
Right. Rohan Marley is the son of Bob
Marley. Yes.
Now, he's not the most popular of the Marley brothers. Ziggy is, because he plays
Right.
this music. But
Right.
Rohan took the Marley brand and made $100 million business out of it.
Wow.
Right? So he's the business mind behind the Marley dynasty. Right.
Yes.
He's a brilliant brother. So he's coming in from New York. Of course, Reverend Dr. Freddie Haynes has closed our conference for 7 or 8 years. He took on the leadership of Operation Push. Now that's all changed. But we have to bring somebody in as dynamic as him, and Reverend Dr. Jamal Bryant has been lobbying me. He said, "Bring me in, Coach. When Freddie can't make it, bring me in." So Reverend Jamal Bryant from Atlanta will be closing us out, and of course, Boyce Watkins, and right on down, awesome sisters, Linda Clemens up there. And it just goes on and on and on. So it is, I think, and all kudos to the new president of FraserNet, Delano, for putting together maybe one of the best lineups that we have ever had. But and it's interesting because we're in a new city, right? This is our first time in Charlotte. And we were not sure about Charlotte, to be candid with you. So we only signed a 1-year agreement. We typically sign 3 to 6 years, but we wanted to sort of test the waters in Charlotte. Charlotte is considered the new Atlanta, so to speak. A lot of retro migration. Black folks going back to the South, they're actually going to Charlotte. So we wanted to see it. My sister's in Charlotte. So we got a lot of friends, big team in Charlotte. So that's why we chose it. So we'll see. But it looks good so far. And so we got a new space, a new place. We've got a hell of a lineup. We got a special offer going on right now on the website at Power Networking EX, PowerNetworkingEX.com is right there on the flyer. Take advantage of deep discount. I think it's like 70-something% off. So we want to pack the house for Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. We got to pack the house. We got to put butts in seats. We're not going to have this brother show up and there's 300 people in the audience. No, we're going to put 1,000 in the audience. We got a space for 1,000 people.
Beautiful.
Hear him on, and you know what he's going to talk about, right? You know what he's going to tell Negroes, right? He's going to tell Negroes, and you already said it. That's what I'm saying. You're very, very, very culturally oriented. Negroes vote.
That's it.
Thank
Bottom
you,
line.
Dante. Thank you for the
Vote.
fire.
Right.
Yes.
Express this freedom that our forefathers and ancestors died for. Vote.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I know we hear every 4 years, this is the most important election ever. Well, this really
It
is.
really is.
It really is.
Yes.
This really is. When you consider what is going on, and
Yes.
you alluded to it, this is a different place that we're living in right now.
Dr. Fraser, I don't want to interrupt you. I know you probably heard the Congressman David, I believe his name is, I can't think of his last name right now, but he made the statement about we as Black people were better off in the Jim Crow era.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Of course, it's very no. He was totally wrong about that. No, we were not.
No.
Jim Crow started right after slavery.
Slavery,
right?
yes.
In the late 1800s, right? And because white folks were still pissed off that we ultimately got our freedom, they started putting laws in place that essentially, even with laws, would re-enslave us, quite frankly. Right? So no, we were not better off during Jim Crow. That is totally BS. He made, I don't know if he made a mistake when he's in that analogy. The rest of what he was talking about was spot on, but no, we were not better off during Jim Crow. This is the best that we have ever been, and it's the worst that we will ever be. Why? Because tomorrow, next year, 10 years from now, we will be doing better, because that's who we are. We are awesome and powerful people. And as I've written this book 40 years ago, success runs in our race. It really does. It really does. When you examine, when you really put a microscope and a magnifying glass to what we have done, in spite of the odds, in spite of chattel slavery, for 254 years, as Maya once said, and still we rise, and still we rise.
Yes.
And they are just amazed that we are still here.
Yes. Right.
Right.
That's so true.
Creative people with an awesome and rich history beyond the 400-year history of us in this country. But our history is 8,000 to 9,000 years old, right? And it's still standing, except most of us don't really understand and know our history. And in fact, our history doesn't even talk about our ancient history. It talks about our modern history since slavery. Well, we wasn't about nothing until we came here. Right? No, and of course, they tried to convince us that they came to Africa, pulled us out of trees, eating bananas, right? And gave us an opportunity in the new land. That's totally, and civilized us. That's totally BS. If you know anything about our ancient history, we civilized them. We were building pyramids and solving complex engineering problems when other cultures were living in the Caucasus Mountains practicing cannibalism. Okay? Right? That's not an exaggeration. That's an anthropological fact and statistic, right? They were in freaking caves. We were building pyramids, right? And those pyramids, right, 8,000 years later are still standing.
Yes.
And
they haven't figured it out yet.
Inside of them, you can see the paintings on the walls of the different colors of from blue, black to my color and Sharon's color and every color that we see on this call, right? So we know who we are, and by the way, they really know who we are. And that's why they stole as much as they could. They tried to erase our memory, and they gave us history books, but we know the history books were what? His history,
His
their
history.
history,
That's right. Not our history.
right? Not our history,
Mm.
right? So all of that is evolving and changing. And as you know, that's how we opened the conference, right? We opened the conference just reminding folks of their history, their ancient history, the greatness in which we come from. We have the DNA of the great kings and queens of Africa. And let's not forget now, Egypt is in Africa. It is not in the Mediterranean. It's
Right.
It's in,
right. They try to make it into
Yes.
the oh, no. It's in Africa.
It's in
Africa.
Africa.
Right.
Egypt.
Whatever happened in Egypt 8,000 years ago, it was Africans.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't Mediterraneans.
Yes.
Right. So, and so it's just, again, this is just, I hope and pray that all the brothers and sisters in my ride and die on the Generational Wealth Alliance, Janice Leak is on the call. I heard you give her a shout out, Peggy. Thank you.
Yes.
I hope those who are listening, smart enough to be listening this afternoon, will find a way, find their way to Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, it's an interesting city to come to, because you want to see, if you haven't been to Charlotte,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of Black retro migration going
Yes.
to Charlotte.
Yeah.
A wonderful place to just sort of get a sense of what it's like, what it costs, the quality of people that are there. That was one of the things that piqued my curiosity. And I said, well, I think other Black folks, because so many people are moving from the north to the south, might want to come to Charlotte and see what it offers. So the conference offers a number of things, and looking at a new area where we are gathering now. Is another reason. It isn't the only reason. It's just another ancillary reason to put yourself in the place and space of literally hundreds of Black folks that share our vision, who want to connect, grow, and prosper, and ultimately learn, earn, and return. So, that's the pitch, and that's the best sales pitch I can give. It's the right thing to do at the right time with the right people.
Wow.
Really
Wow.
what they'll learn about not only is how to more effectively network, but I've got a new talk that I'm giving on 5 currencies of life. 5 currencies. You're given 5 currencies, right? And it's the proper management of the first 4 currencies that gives you the final currency, and that is money and wealth, right? So I'm not going to unpack it. I'm just going to give you a 15-second overview. One of the 5 currencies: first is time, second are relationships, third is knowledge, fourth is your reputation. Screw up your reputation, screw up your character, your integrity, and see what your life looks like, right? And the 5th, the proper management of time, knowledge, relationships, and your reputation, the proper management of that in the right doses. That is what brings you money and brings you wealth and brings you recognition, right? So it's the proper management of those, right? So I'll just say one thing one time. When the Buddha was asked, what is the biggest mistake that humans make? The Buddha replied, the biggest mistake that humans make is to think they have time. I will tell anybody in a New York minute, because I'm just about 80, do anything but don't waste my time. I will get more money, but I will not get any more time. And I don't know how much time I have, but I'm not going to allow you to waste it. Don't waste your time. Every minute of your life is precious, because here's what's going to happen. And no one's ever survived it. Okay. When you're out of here, there will never, ever, ever, and has ever, ever, ever another human being exactly like you. In other words, you are totally unique. There's only one Peggy in the history of humankind, one Sharon, right? One Dr. Linda, one Dr. Wyoming, only one. Right? You're here one freaking time.
Just
That's it.
yeah.
Right? And
That's
you
so
are
true.
as unique as your fingerprint. There will never, ever, ever be anyone on this earth like you again.
That's true.
That is so powerful, Dr.
That
Fraser.
is so true.
Dr.
Right.
Fraser, I do want to put this out
Yes.
there because this is so important right now. And I take it personal now more so because I have a young man, he's 17 and about to graduate. You have something for the young adults. And I do plan for my son to go now that we're just having this conversation. And you talked about those 5 currencies. Talk to me how you are going to be educating or pouring into our young adults at the conference.
Yeah. Yeah. And as you know, we are the only Black conference in America. Now, this needs to change. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, because you got to model the behavior that you expect from your people, right? People are not listening to you. They're watching. People will do what you do, not just what you say, right? My mama told me many years ago, what you do speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you say, right? So we are the only conference in the Black world where a young person, 17 to 25, come free of charge. Why? Right to your point, Charlene. Because there's a disconnection between the elders and our young people.
Yes.
They're not talking to us and we're not talking to them. Now, can we learn something? Hell yeah, we can learn something, but they can learn more from us. Been there, done that. Got that t-shirt and umbrella. You are not taking advantage of life if you are not engaging with the elders. And we are not engaging with them, right? So we're going to actually have a panel discussion of elders talking to young folks. So our young people can come. Anybody? Now here's the caveat, because we're on at night, but not last night. You cannot come to the Power Networking Conference free of charge without being accompanied by an adult. An adult.
Yes.
Maybe a parent, right? It may be a friend,
an auntie,
a
grandma,
coach. It may be a mentor. But no, we don't want 100, young people roving around the conference sagging. No. There's a certain culture. There's a certain way you have to comport yourself. And if you're with an adult, they can facilitate introductions.
Yes.
And help you understand and discipline you to sit and to listen and sit at the feet of masters. This is so they need adult supervision. Not that they're not adults at 25 or 18, but it is, we're easily distracted. Therein lies one of our challenges. We're easily distracted. So we need an adult with them to keep them focused and to facilitate their learning and their connection. That's the science of that. That's the way. That's how you artfully.
And we are the examples.
Yes, and you're the examples. You're the
We're
model.
the examples. Yes.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And Dr. Fraser.
How you doing, dear?
May.
Dr. G, you are
How you
supposed
doing?
to live.
Arthur, you driving the Rolls Royce today?
Yes, I have it for 2 more days. It's on loan.
All right.
And so, ladies, thank you for allowing me to come in and say hello to my brother. My maiden name is Fraser, so we're connected somewhere back there. But sisters, 4 Sisters Live, y'all are doing the doggone thing. Dr. D, I love you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. And
Another big subject we're going to talk about. We have a couples conversation, and that is the state of the Black family. the
Mhm.
state, current state of the Black family, which is in existential crisis at this point.
Mhm.
A lot of
Yes.
people don't want, this is a delicate thing to talk about.
Mhm.
It's an existential crisis because the state of marriage
Mm.
in the culture is at an all-time low. When I
Yes.
was growing up, 85% of us were married.
Mm.
Today, it's 34% of us
Ooh.
being
Mm.
married. Okay, so
Yes.
we have to fix
And,
this.
and
There
staying,
is
staying married.
disconnection, there's friction
Yes.
between black male,
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we
Right.
stay married? That's it. Oh Lord.
yeah, you know, right. So without, you know, without couples, you don't have marriage.
Mhm.
Without marriage, you don't have family.
Mhm.
Without family, you don't have community.
Mhm.
Without community, you have culture.
No culture. That's true. Pass it on. Pass it on.
Right, right,
Amen.
right.
Amen to
So
that.
on
What a
us.
way to put it. Yeah.
That's why, right.
Yeah.
So that's why it started by saying, let's look at this as culture.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's a community, but it's the
Yes.
culture that we have
Mhm.
to work on.
Yes.
Most importantly, family,
Mm-hmm.
because there's no culture in the history of humankind that has ever risen to maximize their full human potential without family at the center of that culture.
Yes.
We are the only ones. And I'm talking about Negroes in America. I'm not talking about Black folk within the diaspora on the continent. Family is the center. If you've been to Africa, family is the center of African culture.
Mhm.
So it is somehow degraded here. And so we have to fix that. We have to fix that. That is the center of our ability to rise, right? Is family. And part of that is healing the wounds that may exist between the male and the female, the black male and the female. Lots of reasons for it. We could take the whole show and unpack that. And with solutions. And because that's our future. That's how we're going to continue to grow and to rise and to prosper. So we'll cover that. It's a subject we have not covered. We've covered everything around it, but specifically family, what needs to happen going forward, um, is something that we definitely want to spend some time on. So the conference is evolving. It's like we're evolving. We're all evolving, right? Where when we learn more and we now I just want to make one thing clear. You hear me refer to our people as Negroes. So I just want to give you how I spell that. And then you'll get why I use that. N-E, capital G-R-O-W. Negro.
Yes.
Whoa.
Right? You see, we have to grow.
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 Yes,
We
yes.
have we
Yes.
and change, right?
Yes.
We have
Yes.
to grow.
Yeah.
We grow, we will flower, and we will birth new branches, and then we will properly educate our children because they are our succession plan. In fact,
Yeah.
I don't remember the theme of the conference. Let me confess something. For the past 22 years, when I sat down to theme the conference, I wrote it at about, I made a theme at about a 7th grade reading level so that everybody would understand it. You don't have to figure it out. This year, we wrote it at a 12th grade college level reading level. Okay. So the theme is ascension through succession.
Mm.
How will we ascend, move up, rise? We will do it by taking control, better control over our succession plan / legacy. And what is our first succession and legacy? Our children.
Come on, Dr. G.
If our children cannot see the future, they will not pay the price.
That part.
Everything we do for our children. That is our succession plan. Let's not get it twisted. Yes, you need a succession plan for your business. You got to pass them on, right? But fundamentally, at the core, our children.
Yes.
Our children.
Yes. Yes.
So let me say something provocative. How are we doing with that? With 70% of our children being born, 72% of our children being born out of wedlock, and 70% of our children being raised in a single parent household. How are we doing with that?
Yeah. Good question.
Real talk. Yes.
Good question.
Not good.
That's another conversation.
Whole nother
A whole other
Yes.
conversation.
Yes, Peggy.
I know we're having a great time. I know we're having a great time, Dr. Joy. We want to know, can you come back? When can we bring him back?
He needs to come back next Saturday.
This is to be continued for sure. It needs to be continued for
Can
sure.
we do another session with you next week? Dr.
Hold on. Let me look.
Look at your calendar.
Yeah. I like what Charlene said. Every Saturday until the conference.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we had talked about, Renee. We talked about having some example or representation of the
What day is next Saturday? What day is next Saturday?
Next Saturday
The
is
13th. I mean the 15th.
15.
15. Ooh.
I'm in
Father's Day weekend.
Kansas City with Danetta Watson
Oh.
Okay.
doing a talk. And if
What
I
about
was,
the 22nd?
I would do it.
What about the
So we can have
22nd?
so Peggy, what we can do is have someone from the PNC to be in his stead to come next
Yeah,
week.
Dr. Delano. Dr. Delano's good.
Yeah, absolutely. No question. He could be on, but he ain't gonna say this.
He's gonna say, I need to hear Dr. Fraser. I'm sorry, everybody.
He don't know it.
I am so biased right about now. They're
I'm
not
in
gonna say
teaching
what
mode. I'm in teaching mode. I'm an OG, right? I could be out of here in the morning. Right. Right. So
we're gonna have part 2. We're
now
gonna bring whoever he wants.
what's the Saturday? What's the Saturday after that?
The 22nd.
That's the 22nd.
The following Saturday after the 15th. Are you available?
Please, yes.
If not, then he has the 29th. He has the
I might be. I'm being honored at the pink and black ball here.
Yeah.
What about the 29th? We got the 29th, George.
Hold on. Let me look.
He's like, slow down.
29th is good. The 29th is good. But you should still have Delano on because we want to heavy up on the promotion. We want to pay. Yeah, I'm good on the 29th, and I could do the 29th for sure.
Okay.
Okay,
so
that's
the 15th we'll have a representation on for the PNC, and the 22nd we'll have someone as a representative.
And remember, we also have our health and wellness.
And then 29th you'll be back.
Oh, do you have health and wellness on the 29th?
No, just said we have that event coming, so don't forget that too. This one,
right. But I'm just saying, in terms of the show, we need to have a guest that's going to represent the PNC next week.
Exactly.
Whoever your choice is, Peggy or Dr. George,
Sure.
what you think?
Yeah.
For the 15th and 22nd till you come back on the 20th. See, this is leading up to the Expo in general. That's what we're talking about. Every Saturday, we want to keep talking about this PNC until such time when you come on the 29th. We're going to close it out with people knowing. And we want to put the actual website down here. Someone can put that down because someone said they want to attend. Someone just said they want to come. We need to give that information out now.
Yeah, get
have that ready for them.
And have them take it because there's a big discount right now.
Okay.
So you do that right before conference.
Yes, we want to register.
The more expensive it becomes. So that's a good move. I don't know if there are any questions that anyone in your audience
has a question.
Let's look at the audience. Did the audience have a
I
question?
want you to do me a favor. I know you're recording this, and that's great. Will you
Yeah.
send me the recording? Because what I'll have is I'll have my person thin slice it or do a blurb from it, right?
Okay, wonderful.
And then you've seen
Yeah.
some of those on social media.
Yes.
There's a brother who goes to my YouTube channel. And, he does little excerpts from speeches I've been giving for a long time. So they're all over the place. But by the way, they've had almost 40 million views. I didn't know this, brother. To be honest, let me just tell you the truth on this. Someone sent me one of these little slivers. They're only 30 to 60 seconds long, but they're all sort of very provocative things I've said. So he just takes that little piece, he posts it up. You've seen a couple of them. And so I went to his, he's an Instagram. He fashions himself as a YouTube blogger. That's his title. And so I went to his Instagram site. I found out his name and his cell number, and I called him and I said, "Listen, you don't know me, but you've been posting a lot of stuff about me. So I'm not complaining. That's wonderful. Thank you. You have 40 million views of the stuff. You have 40 million views. So I'm going to make this short. I want to thank you. Here's why I want to thank you. I've been speaking for 45 years. I have 10.5 million frequent flyer miles. Right? I have given over 4,000 speeches around the world. In your social media play, using these little excerpts that you'll be doing, you have reached more people in 3 months, 40 million, than I've reached and spoken to in my entire speaking life. Right? That's the power of social media. And that's the kind of tool we have used properly. I mean, the reach that it has, because it's global.
Yes.
It's
It is.
tool.
Well,
And
Dr. Fraser, let me tell you something. You're the only person that we allowed to go over 12 minutes.
we way over.
Way over.
It's okay. Because
Let
you
me say only because of you.
Yes.
because of
Yes.
you.
Only because of you.
But you will be back. You will be back.
Right.
And
Let
we're trying
me
to keep
ask
our
this
show.
question, Dr. Fraser,
Yes.
before we close out. Sharon and I have been with you from day one,
Yes.
Yes.
2002, in Cleveland, Ohio. We know what it feels like to close out the conference. Tell us, share with us what it felt like, that first conference, closing out the conference. What did that feel like to you?
That's a hell of a question. It really it is. It's a hell of a question. It's I have two feelings. A feeling of sadness.
Yeah.
So when you consider the amount of work that we put in,
Yes.
I love to.
right? It's a lot of work. It's a year's worth of work, right? So it's sadness. That's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin, it's a relief, right?
Yeah.
It's a love kind of thing, right? It's relief. The stress goes down because you're worried. You know, you do these kind of things. You're
Yeah.
worried about everything. You know, people. Is a thing going to be on all of it, right? And so it's a sadness and it's a relief, right? Only I generally we let I take a vacation, and, you know, I'm away from all this stuff for about 30 days, and then as soon as we come back, we're right
Back at it again.
Yeah.
because that's what it takes,
Yeah.
and the execution of it. Because
Yeah.
one thing to plan it, it's another thing to execute it properly. That's a whole other level, and that's Alexandria Johnson Boone who does the execution.
Yes.
So you were at it. So that's what you were at the first
At the
three.
very first one. And George,
at
I
eight?
will tell you, that feeling for me personally, I can't even not even express how I felt when I walked away from that conference, because it blew my mind. I mean, these were individuals that walked out of the Jet magazine and the Essence magazines.
Yeah.
Folks that I dreamt to one day meet, and it happened at the very first Power Networking Conference, and the second, and the third, and the fourth.
That's one side of the coin. The downside of that, and the reason I stopped it, because in the third year, we had 10,000 people in that arena. 10,000 people, right? And I looked at that and I said, this is magnificent. But you sat in a balcony somewhere and you actually were just a spectator. Not really a participant. You can't be up close and personal 10,000 people.
Yes.
Right?
Unbelievable.
So and it wasn't as fulfilling. I mean, it was fulfilling in terms of largeness and numbers, but in terms of my original intention, which is teaching. And training and coaching and mentoring, it's not possible to do that. I mean, I remember one of those years, Yella Van Zandt had a workshop. It was 2,000 people in her workshop. Yeah, that ain't no workshop. That's not a seminar. That's a damn speech. Ain't nobody going to be doing training. You got 2,000 Negroes in front of you. You're going to be speaking, right? So you can't really train. So I wanted hand-to-hand, up close and personal power networking and learning. And I couldn't, and that's when we moved to Atlanta, if you remember, after the third year, and we changed it into a hotel conference. Not a conference center, convention center conference.
And Dr. Fraser, as you move now into this year and you're calling it an expo, can you explain the difference in the conference and expo as it's been in the past, and what is going to be, what do we look forward to in the future?
Yeah. So now, if you were there in the early days, it was really the Power Networking Conference and Expo, because we had the lower level of the convention center, and a couple hundred people, brothers and sisters, in businesses, right? So that was part of the adventure. Now, as you know, as we moved, we made that an exhibition area where we would have 40 to 50 people. Right. So we're now going back to the model of an exposition, because there are now 3.7 million Black-owned businesses in America, the largest number we've ever had. Now, the upside of that is that 141,000 of those businesses employ our people, and they do about $1.5 million a year. Those who employ 161,000. That means that 3.5 million of our businesses are sole proprietorships, small businesses, right? And they do about, the average revenue is about 20,000 a year. So that's below the poverty line. But the upside of that is that more and more of our people are thinking entrepreneurially, all right? Which is what we need to do. So that's a good thing. And so with that large body of new seeded businesses, exposition is larger. It's probably more appropriate. But that's the explanation. That's a good question.
But the workshop.
One more question, Sharon. We have time for one more question. I know we got things going on. We want to bring him back.
Yeah.
Linda, do you have a question? Linda?
Oh, I wanted to know, how do a person who want to exhibit and actually, come to be one of those exhibitors, where did they go and how did they?
On the site. Just go to the site.
Okay, let's put our site.
Yeah, just go to the site. But going forward, it will be
the site. Charlene, did you have the site?
Yeah, I have the site right there. There you go. Power Networking Conference, Power Networking Experience.
Or you can go to the powernetworkingconference.com, which automatically converts to Power Networking to X, right?
Yes.
And then there's a drop-down menu, it says exhibits and all the information.
Okay, thank you. Yes. For those of you who want to exhibit and be there, yes.
Still time. Still time, guys. Well, I guess we're going to be wrapping up. I definitely talk to him more during the weekday. I have so many ideas, and being that's my theme this year. It's all about you, the family, the Black family. I'm so proud to be a part of this organization and what we're going to experience in July, guys, at the Power well, networking experience. Like
Experience.
it's
Yes,
going
yes.
to be an experience. And I'm just super excited to get more conversation about this decision, this session, and we got so much to talk about. But he'll be back on the 22nd, 29th.
29th.
Yeah, we're trying to slip him in 22nd. Okay, cool. Anyway, so we're trying to, but anyway, we're gonna hope to have him sooner. But please check out the website and go to his Instagram page, his website, and find out where he's speaking at next, because you can hear him in person. And
Yes.
to hear him in person, I promise you, you're not gonna be able to sit in your seat. Like I have tons of notes right here. Trust me, we're just going to be overwhelmed with notes. And anyway, so we're going to go and ask what time it is. We appreciate each and every one of you for coming on and hanging out with us. So what time is it?
It is
time for you to walk in your purpose and prosperity.
Thank you all so much for watching. We see you next week. We're out.
Share this show.
Bye-bye.